Wednesday, December 13th. We're here. I'm presenting to you TerraMetra Legal on behalf of Applied Innovations. I'm going to provide you a quick presentation of our services at Applied Innovations and how we can help you increase your productivity, modernize your office space, and increase your profits.
All right.
Yes. So ultimately here, I'm going to go over some things, kind of how we can help you as much as possible. Like I said, on saving money and be more competitive in your industry. Kind of the agenda I'm going to stick to today is I'm going to start by introducing ourselves at Applied Innovations, what we do, who we are, our capabilities and expertise that we offer, and how ultimately we can help you be a better, more competitive firm. Then, following that, we're going to discuss the current obstacles and enhancements, the obstacles that you are currently facing, the enhancements you want to see in your business, and those were all based off of those discovery meetings that we had about a couple weeks ago. We'll follow up with that, our solutions and benefits. This will kind of lay out those obstacles and enhancements, and I'll give you a whole layout of what those are, what we do, and ultimately how that helps you. And we'll finish off on pricing and value of our services. That's covering the issues you're facing, what those are costing you per month, how we will get rid of those random costs, those unexpected costs, those unwanted costs to give you a certain amount of savings, and then kind of put it in a way that you can see what you're getting back per year that can help you better budget for growing your business, because I know you are growing as of right now. And finally, we'll end by discussing the proposal and next steps on this deal. This whole presentation should take less than 45 minutes to cover these topics that I want to cover with you here today. And then we'll have 15 minutes for your proposal discussion. And by the end of this presentation, going into this proposal, you'll be able to understand how we at Applied Innovations solve your obstacles, where we improve your productivity, and how we save you time and money. All right, to get down to the nitty-gritty of us here at Applied Innovations, we've been in business for about 35 years, which means it's a little bit past how long you've been a law firm, which shows you're experts in law, we're experts in this IT service systems that we've perfected over 35 years. We have a 98.8% client retention rate, which shows you that we deliver on our promises. So when I show you that these are the solutions to these obstacles that you're facing, I mean that those obstacles will get solved, and we've done it time and time again. And finally, I want to demonstrate to you that we are a growing company, which means, through this 98% customer satisfaction rate, we're growing. We are trusted amongst our clients. We're in Florida. We started operating out of Michigan, and we're also growing in the Midwest, but we've also branched off, which shows that we're growing a lot more in the Southeast. Our capabilities and expertise, these are important things to know, that you can kind of see the scale of our business and how we definitely can handle what issues you have. Currently, we cover 64,000 devices with 160 expert technicians. Like I just said, this shows that we cover, or can cover, any type of large firm. We've covered many firms, and this is what we're currently handling at the moment, and we're growing, which shows that we can handle even more. We specialize in the imaging, technology, and automation services, which I'm sure you're already aware of, obviously, from you've been reaching out, and we've been already in discussion here for a couple weeks. That's our specialty that we have mastered over these 35 years. Ultimately, how we help you at TerraMetra Legal is we provide proactively managed printing services, which keep your printers running, and so you can focus on just your business. And because you're a law firm, you're not a tech company. We create that digital library that is accessible from anywhere, that reduces clutter and modernizes your office space. And it reduces whatever wasted time that you have from looking through paper files, which, I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen those old law shows, TV shows, and they're in the back and they're like searching through tons of boxes of files and doing stuff. You won't need to be doing that. We improve your system reliability and support your billable work. We keep your systems up and running at all times. That's our team that manages that. So you don't even have to, your internal IT services don't have to focus on these issues other than scaling your company as you are growing, which ultimately helps your profits. All right, now we're going to head on to these obstacles and enhancements. These are the ones that we talked about in those discovery meetings. I have a couple of them laid out here. It's just some of them that I just wanted to focus on, which were recurring. I've heard from when I was speaking to multiple of your management personnel. This is what I was getting as like the largest issues within your firm. Starting at the top left here, I mean, overspending. And that was because your systems were not centralized, fragmented device fleet with no unified vendors. I also was getting lost time from searching for paper files, docs being stored in multiple locations, no standardized system of how they were like set up or how you're going to retrieve them, system issues and downtime, your agent infrastructure with like you said in the first obstacle, fragmented devices, different vendors offering different equipment that is being used, which, that leads to if there's a problem in one area of your devices, it's not going to get fixed in the other area because the technicians with those are not, trained or involved with those other devices that you need up as well. And ultimately that leads to a reactive support system where it's like, oh, I can't have this technician come fix this one. I need somebody else to come after the problem's already happened. More downtime for you. Some of the enhancements that you were mentioned, I mean, not just you specifically, but other of your colleagues, was reliable, secure, centralized printing to ultimately reduce waste costs and downtime. No one wants that fragmented device fleet. You want it all under one head, one vendor that can handle every aspect of that printing service. Improved retrieval times and support hybrid access. I know you're a growing firm. You're modernizing more. Hybrid work is becoming something more common in the workplace, and you want those files to be retrievable from anywhere at any time by your attorneys. And that is exactly what's going to happen. That will help your case times move by faster and improve your customer service when they're like, wow, Terra Metra Legal is really they're really getting after it. They're getting all my files as fast as possible, faster than the other guys. I wonder why that is. And then proactive monitoring and faster response times. These ultimately allow staff to focus on higher initiatives rather than troubleshooting issues. All right, solutions and benefits. This is where I explain how it's all being laid out for you. It's on the left side here. If you look at the screen, that's your obstacles enhancements that I recently just covered in the previous slide. The middle will be the solutions that I offer, or through applied innovations I offer to you, and how those obstacles get solved, and then ultimately how it helps your firm overall. So going back up to obstacles on the top left, overspending, that's from that decentralized printing fleet. We offer that centralized printing fleet that reduces the number of devices and waste time, allowing for reduced costs. You don't have as much of these lost costs from, having toner that you're not using on different devices, or a bunch of wasted paper that is, from malprints or something. Back to lost time from searching for these paper files. That's that digital library, like I brought up at the beginning, allowing access from any location at any time to support that hybrid work that you want, that faster retrieval time for your attorneys and paralegals, ultimately improving your productivity and billable time. System issues and downtime, that's the internal IT team that proactively manages all devices. That's our internal IT team that goes into your, or our team that goes internally inside your firm that handles all of your issues, those small issues that you see all the time, so that your billable work isn't getting interrupted by your systems, your computers, or your printers, or whatever systems you need being down. And then onto the enhancements that you brought up to me. The reliable, secure, centralized printing. That's where we offer that proactively monitored, centralized, and secure printing systems handled by our team. Ultimately reduce those waste costs like I brought up with your obstacles. Downtime will be managed by our team, maintaining security, because you got a lot of those, client information. There's a lot important thing, addresses, names, things that are important to clients, and they want to know that you have their information securely, and it's not just going out anywhere. And that's where we maintain that security. We improve retrieval times and support hybrid access. That instant access digital records that support hybrid and remote retrieval. Obviously, like I just said again, that is where you have your cases are able to move faster, you improve your customer service, and you're able to have that actual hybrid work that you're trying to get into here as a modern firm. And proactive monitoring with faster retrieve response times. That's that improved help desk that we have with that internal IT team that we set inside your firm that handles troubleshooting 24/7. And even if, we have some type of issue with our own alert system on your toner decrease or your paper decrease, or if there's any issues with the products themselves, we have a technician, one of those expert technicians I brought up at the beginning, that are able to be at your location within a reasonable time, that not interrupt your workflow too much. All right, now we're on to pricing and value here. Looking at the left side here, these are the obstacles. I picked 3 of some of the main ones for you to see. I mean, obviously there's about like 6 or 9 more that I was getting, and those costs and stuff that I was told it's definitely gonna add up over time, but I wanted to focus on these 3 main ones for you, just so you can kind of have not too much, but you can see what is happening. With overspending, that's about $4K right there per month that I was finding from your management team, saying that this is ultimately costing you about $4K a month on overspending on these supplies and issues. The last time was about $6K, and that's pretty damaging when you gotta spend all this time rather than fixing, doing cases for your clients and stuff. You spending $6K on searching for these files. And finally, the largest one I noticed out of all of the obstacles that you had at Terrametra was system issues and downtime, cost about $20K per month. And that is where ultimately you're losing $30K per month on just these 3 issues alone, of about 6 or 7 more main issues that are causing problems for you. Then if you look at the middle here, this is us applying these enhancements towards you and your firm. That's what we do to get rid of those obstacles that I brought up that are costing that 30K. Then ultimately, with applied innovations, our solutions, you'd be saving that 30K. And that's just that 30K, like I keep mentioning here. That's only 30K that you're saving, which is ultimately $360,000 per year that you're saving. And this is money that can go back into your pocket that you can spend on, wining and dining your clients, giving better commissions to your attorneys, all these other benefits that you can have as your firm is growing here, from not having these wasted costs that you're getting. So ultimately, I mean, the number per year is going to be significantly higher than that. But I just want to point out, amongst your main issues that I was getting across your management, these were the top 3 issues. So finally here, I mean, based off of everything that I've brought up to you here today, if you have any final questions of me, I'll be happy to answer them. If not, we can further move on with this proposal and start finalizing this deal.
Yes, sir. So me and my team have been looking at everything that you guys offer, but we still do have some concerns. So we're just gonna hold off for now on.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we're gonna go into ask about some of that. Okay, you can get it.
Oh, it's good.